Hey everybody, it's Mary at Yard Art RS. I hope you guys are doing well on this Saturday night. I'm coming to you, follow me at all. You have heard me say many times that I have done projects that wound up in trash can. So, because I have that attitude, I am not afraid to try something new and really suck at it.
Hi, Pam.
And so whenever you're starting anything new or you're doing a new design or you're doing something you've never done before, there's a lot of unknowns. So that's where we are tonight. I like the design, don't get me wrong. I don't think it'll end up in the trash can. But probably what will happen, hey Debbie, hey Pam, how are y'all? Probably what will happen, the next time I make this, it'll look a little different. But I'm gonna pan this up a little bit so y'all can see. I came up with a personalized monogram sign. This is a 22-inch round sign.
Judy.
Of course, my last name is Amick. Bruce and I got married in 1985, and these are our names up here. So if we start carrying this, of course, it would be with your information if you choose to order it. I know we're going to do a paint party on this. We may do blanks on it. I don't know.
If we do blanks, you guys, you could sell these so easily to your customers. Yeah, people are always looking for these personalized things.
My biggest problem with selling blanks, and this might sound a little weird, y'all, is that anything personalized is going to require the peeps that when they order it to leave the information at checkout. And I don't know why, but I cannot get people to leave information at checkout.
I wonder why that's so hard.
Personal. Well, 50% of the people will leave the information. The other 50% I have to call, text, track down, ask,
and then they don't answer.
And then they don't answer.
Hi, Rita.
So I don't know about the blanks on this one. And you never know. So what I'm going to do is
trying to reconnect. So reconnect, I guess we'll just.
Okay. So we may be having technical issues. That's the story of our life.
Hi, Kathy.
So if we are coming through to you guys, can y'all just comment and say I can hear you and let us know. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to do this sign tonight in a very traditional color. Gray, white. I'm not going to put a whole lot of paint on here because I want this to dry fairly quickly tonight so I can show you what I'm going to do with it. All right. So I'm just kind of putting some paint on here.
She does try that, Kim, and for some reason, and it's not everybody, it's only, what, probably half the folks, you can't track them down to get their information.
Well, one thing for sure is that no one, and I literally mean no one, answers the number. Period.
I don't.
They will not answer the phone.
Right.
So do not even bother. I don't call people anymore because there's absolutely no point. Number two, you have better luck texting them, but sometimes they don't read their text.
I'll answer a text a lot quicker than I will pick up a telephone.
And that's the case with most people. Most people will answer a text more than they would ever. So let's go in here. Now I've got my letters. Now if the whole point of this, and you're going to see this tonight,
hi Lisa,
is this is down on here. You'll know exactly where to put all that. So this is like our guide. It'll be a piece of trash at the end of your project. Is the little one getting in the video with us tonight?
She's restless all of a sudden.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Amick. Which I got my little dot there. Y'all, I have to kind of get my mojo over here and make sure.
Yeah, we know that we're freezing, y'all. Just hang with us, and hopefully it's gonna fix itself. Hi, Carolyn.
How's everybody tonight? It's Saturday night. I guess y'all are probably at home just chilling out. And that's kind of what I just got this project off the laser maybe 20 minutes ago.
Pam said she can't hear us. Are y'all having trouble hearing us?
Okay. Now I want all of this to be white. I know that if I just paint this in white, after a while, the little charring marks from the laser are going to show up. So what I'm going to do, we'll start with this. This won't take long. Because I want white, I'm going to start with a base of gray, okay? Once that's dry, I'm gonna come back and put white on it. See how easy these are to paint? They're really not hard at all. I had a kids party today at the store. They were 5-year-olds, and we did a little mask, little owl mask that had all kinds of cute decorative elements to it. Glasses, the little owl face had glasses, and a little bow, a little hat, some other things to it. And the kids were there today, and it was a birthday party for a 5-year-old, and they painted the mask. And they just used just like what I'm doing right here. And they had the best time. They had a great time. Because at the end, of course, the parents were super duper awesome. They brought pizza. They brought all that kind of stuff because that's what you do for a 5-year-old's party. And they even had a, what do you call it? Snow cone truck. And a piñata. So we had lots of fun today. But the kids did a great job. And they did just what I'm doing right here. They just painted with the sponge, and at the end, what we did is we did a party with them. In the kind of the beginning, they did the painting. Then they just went to, they ate their pizza, they opened presents, they did the snow cone, they did the piñata, and Bruce came over and set it up where they, we got a rope from the ceiling.
Hi, Shannon.
All that kind of stuff. Then the kids, after that, at the end, they were ready to glue their pieces down.
Hi, Jan.
So because it was super glue, I told the parents, I was like, this is an adult part. So the parents did all the gluing because I didn't want the kids to glue their finger. I'm not a kid, and I've glued my finger down before, so that's not really cool. So I'm just putting, and I'm not trying to get a heavy coat of this gray on there, just enough that when I come back and put white, I know I'm gonna be good. That's all I'm doing. And then, of course, we're going to work on this round over here. I can't just leave it a solid white or solid colored background. I've got to do some fancy dancy stuff to it. But we'll see if I like it. And, if it's a good design, blah, blah, and all that good stuff. And if it's not, no harm, no foul. But you don't know, y'all, until you try. And the other thing is, just because sometimes I don't really like stuff, that doesn't mean customers don't. So just because I might not like it doesn't mean other people won't. I can't just do what I like. I have to do what everybody likes.
Hi, Mary Catherine.
So y'all, Connie, are we getting any comments where you think that they can actually hear us, or you think we're frozen?
Some have said we're frozen. Some said they can't hear us. So all I know to do is just keep on going. And
Right. There's nothing else we can do. Yeah. I've had a lot of trouble, I was at the shop today. I had a lot of trouble up there with Wi-Fi. I was gonna do a quick little video at the store of some items that we have marked down, but I could never even get my phone to connect. I don't know why. It hates me, y'all.
Miss Debbie said we're good now.
Okay, good. Thank you for letting us know, Debbie. Okay, so I've got my black over here. Put a little bit in here. My last name is Amick, so this is an A. And with a name like Amick, it's really not going to be hard there's not a lot of Amicks around. And I think I've known one other family. They are actually here in Pearland with the last name Amick, but we couldn't trace if we were related or not. So that's kind of a,
Hi, Jennifer.
Of course, with the last name Amick, and I taught school to get away with anything because they're going to all know.
Everybody knows y'all.
Amick, come on. They're going to know whose child you are. It's not like our name is Smith or Jones or Williams. Although I have to say, y'all, 5 little letters, and whoever, like in the old days when you would get all these phone calls from the salespeople, and they would say, Miss Amick,
Amick.
Amick. I was like, no, it's just 5 letters, long A, Amick.
Hi, Deborah.
And I always think that that's really easy, but the peeps always had a hard time with that. I don't know. I don't get it. All right, I got this done. So now we're going to move on. What I want to do, let me get this out of the way. I've got too much junk up here. Okay. Here's my holes for the top. I like this with the gray background, but that's
Hi, Mary
a
Kay.
little bit.
Hi, Susie.
A little too boring, I guess, for me. Okay. Now, I'm not saying if you like that solid background, then you can definitely go with that. We're gonna try something though. Notice how much I've watered that down.
Hi, Debbie Harper. And that's white and some water.
White and water, that's all it is. Okay. I'm going to take this. I'm going to mix up that paint a little bit, y'all. Kind of dab it off a little bit. And what am I doing? I'm just kind of going over here in circles.
We sure will, Kimberly. Kimberly said, please keep her in your prayers.
Sure enough. I know she's been going through it, as they say. And I wiped this off, and it's still a little bit brighter than what I wanted. So here's what I'm going to do. Hold on a second.
Hi, Terry.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here. It's really easy to get too much on here because I'm kind of going for a more subtle look.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little bit more on there. I want my middle part to be a little bit more light. And then just working that around and around and around and around. Hey, I'm getting my workout, y'all.
Right.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take this.
So how's your Pilates class going? Hi, Peggy.
Well, I haven't gone in a week or so.
Uh-oh. My
tailbone and back have been really bothering me when you're on that reformer.
Mm-hmm.
So I went yesterday, I think it was. So, you know, you get one part going in the right direction of the body and then another part don't want to go in that direction. Why is that, y'all? I don't remember that being when I was 20 years old.
I forgot this gums.
I'm not 20 anymore, y'all.
Amanda said she's just joining in. Do you prime your larger signs before you paint them? And if so, what type of primer?
So what I do is I use, and nowadays this is pretty common, I use exterior house paint and it's already got a paint primer together.
Hi, Marilyn.
So like in the old days, that wasn't true. In the old days, you really had to primer stuff and then paint, but nowadays that's really not the case.
So is this one coat of
It's
gray?
all one coat. It's all paint and primer in one.
So she just uses one coat.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's doing some blending to make the color interesting.
Yeah, I could just do a solid white or solid gray. You know what I'm saying? I definitely could do that. But that's not my style, y'all. You know how I am. So I'm going to come in here. I want a little bit more on that edge. The edge is where I want the most.
Gotta give them something to look at.
Gotta give them something to look at, as my hairdresser used to tell me. When I asked her, do you think I should color my hair? That's kind of like asking a car salesman, you think I should buy a vehicle?
Sure.
Sure. And she would say, now, Mary, you know you've got to give them something to look at. And we would laugh.
As to Miss Judy. Miss Judy said she likes that. It gives it dimension.
It does. It does. And it's just the painter. You know how it is. They always say
we jazz it up.
If you're a carpenter, you're going to walk around with a hammer in your hand. You know what I mean? And everything's going to look like a nail to you. And if you're a painter, you just always have to put some paint and stuff. That's just the way it is. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but that's not what I'm going for. Okay? So I'm going for kind of a imperfect, I don't want to say splotchy, but maybe a rustic look on my background. Okay, here's where I'm at. Okay, so that's what I got going. I'm pretty happy with that so far. We'll see if that really works out the way I think it's going to when we glue all this down. You can kind of get a little bit of a scene of what it's going to look like because I'm going to have black for my letter A, and then Amy is going to be in white.
And Amanda says that she bought some of our clearance items the other day. And is there a brand that you like to use of paint?
I use Clark Kensington, but you can use whatever brand. The reason I use that brand, they've got it, what do you call it, where it's all paint primer in one. But I'll be honest with you, the reason I use that is because my local Ace store carries that. I tried for many years to no avail to do business with Home Depot because there's one, literally 1/2 a mile from my house.
So close.
And the reason I don't use Home Depot, I like their paint, but their customer service is, as far as paint went, was not good. So I would end up spending 2 or 3 hours because you can imagine how much paint I would need to get mixed. And y'all, I just don't have the time to stand there, you know, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody to come wait on me. So the local lumber yard that I get a lot of my material from, they have a paint station, you know. And so I use what they have because I really like doing business with them. Now, hey, I get it. If they didn't have a good paint, then I wouldn't be doing business with them, but they do. But I'll be real honest with you. Most paint is made from 1 or 2 major manufacturers in the United States. And I really don't think it makes a nickel's worth of difference what brand you go with, as long as you get the exterior. I think your exterior semi-gloss is what we use. Now, you don't even have to stick with the semi-gloss. You could go high gloss or whatever. I wouldn't go with a satin finish because it's going to make it a little dull. But I tell you, it's really, I use their paint and I used it because I love their customer service and I like their product. So there you go. Take that for what it's worth. If it's worth anything, I don't know.
Our Ace has the best customer service. We love John, and he makes his customers feel like he loves.
He really does. And they're like you know, a place that you can go to that they have people out on the floor that know their product. And that's another thing with the big box stores. The people that work there, nothing against them, a lot of them don't know what the store has. And it's just because the nature of retail, y'all know what that's like, so I'm not hating on them. But I can walk an Ace and I can have a certain type of screw I'm looking for and they will walk me straight to the aisle that has it.
And we love the one that's on Highway 35 here in Pearland.
Yeah, I think
if you go in there, tell them that we sent you.
Yeah, I love them. And here's the kind of people that they are. We've had 2 fires at our business.
Christine.
And both times, John, the owner, got in the car, drove to our business, gave me a hug and prayed for me.
Where are you going to ever get that?
And said to me, what do you need? I will make sure you get it.
Hi, April.
Of course, I was in tears because we had 2 fires. First fire was the first one. Okay, here's where I'm at with AMAC. I like that, but we're going to see if I like it when we put it down over here. Okay? But I did remember I started with some gray because I know it's going to take gray that's on my laser. That's just the way lasers cut. Okay. Now, because y'all know I ain't got all day. I'm going to hold that down.
Hi, Dan.
There we go. The reason I like the idea of doing the little dark around here is that it's going to help my letters show up a little bit more. Okay? I may even have to bring a little bit more gray in here. Because see, I've got my B for Bruce is going to be right here. I may have to come back and put a little bit more gray. Because I really pop off that gray. If that makes sense. Whatever paint you like, I would use. Just stick with outdoor paint, exterior. I used to use some Valspar stuff, and I like that stuff too. But again, I cannot deal with going into the store and having to wait forever to get paint. Because like at my store, at Ace, I call and they blend it ahead of time. They mix it ahead of time. And I go get it at my convenience and it's ready.
Miss Debbie, that's funny. She says all of them know Mary. You can walk in and say, I want the same as Mary has. I'll never forget one time Mary sent me to go get paint at Ace. And the lady said, well, they literally will bring in your pieces of yard art and say, and point, here, I want this color.
Well, we've been doing it a long time. And one thing about me, y'all, it doesn't matter when I go to a store or when I deal with a company, I treat and talk with the janitor with the same amount of respect and interest that I would speak to the CEO.
That shows your character.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter the position at the store that they have. I'm going to look them in the eye. I know their names. I try to, that's the teacher in me. Always use their names. I talk to them. How's the missus doing? How's the family doing? There's a couple of them there that are real creative. We talk about what they're doing with their different projects that they have. And you can never, ever, 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 ever go wrong being respectful and treating people well.
They always say you can tell the character of a person by how they talk to people they have nothing to gain from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I believe that. So they know me in there, but I've been doing business there a long time. Long time. In fact, I was over there today and I bought a bunch of cans of spray paint because I'm thinking about doing some projects with some spray paint.
She did talk about the paint and primer, but I know we're having issues with going in and out. The primer is already in the paint, so when you buy the Kensington Clark, you already get primer with it. Is that
yeah,
right?
A lot of them nowadays are paint primer in one. I think Home Depot is paint primer in one too.
Hi, Mary Jo.
In the old days, you really did have to, what do you call it?
Mix it together.
Mix it. You had to prime first, then you paint it. Nowadays, the way that technology's there, you get paint primer in one.
And it'll tell you on the can.
Yeah. So I would look for paint primer in one if you can. And the reason I'm using this little pick is just keeps the paint off my fingers. That's the only reason. You don't have to. And I like the idea of this personalized round sign. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but you know, I didn't have a laser, so I couldn't. But it doesn't mean that I know exactly how everything is going to turn out. That's not true.
I love the fact that that the new laser can cut out such giant circles. We couldn't do that with the Glowforge. No. The Glowforge has a very tiny little window that you can work in.
Okay, now I'm going to come back in here and pick up a little bit more of this gray. And I'm going to take it off a little bit too. We're going to put a little bit more gray in here. Just because I know I want my white letters to have a dark gray background behind them. That's the only reason I'm doing this.
Amanda, we can tell you're texting. She said, thanks for all y'all's help.
Yeah. Well, you know, part of what we do is, you know, a DIY, whatever you want to call it, a maker, a creator, whatever you want to call it. That's always in your blood. And to me, why wouldn't you want to share that? If you can, you know. Okay, so let me go a little bit more over here. I don't know if you can hear it on there, but I'm bearing down quite a bit on here.
Kim wants to know if you're going to make a bow with this piece. I don't think we're going to need it.
No bow. Sometimes I think bows should be outlawed. Yeah, good luck with that one, huh? Okay.
Bows on those pieces, but we're not going to do a bow on these. Okay. This one.
So I like the idea of that, y'all. Now, what I'm going to do, if y'all remember a little earlier, we started out, this piece will end up in the trash, but
it's a good little template.
It's a template to kind of give me a good starting place. And what I had Bruce do, I should have done this on the laser and I forgot. We put this and laid it down on here, and because this is and I had him drill this so I can match those holes. So whenever we're ready, let that dry just a little bit.
Hi, Melody.
We're gonna match these holes up here. And there we go. Something like that. So that's my template. And I got my glue. I'm not gonna put a ton of glue everywhere, just because I know I'm gonna come back and staple this too. If that makes any sense.
Just a shivering.
Why are you shivering, Isabella? She's like, because it's cold in here and y'all got the fan on and I'm a little doggy and I don't have much meat on my bones.
Izzy had to have a haircut the other day, y'all. And the lady had to really, really cut it all off because Con thought she was a groomer. And gouged here and gouged there. And that poor lady.
Had the work cut out for her?
She did. She did a good job though.
Okay. Now, I think what I'm gonna do,
Hi there, kitty.
get out my trusty little pen here. And I'm just gonna mark this. I don't want to, how can I say this? Do this whole thing where I go ahead and put the letters in, because when I try to pull that up, at some point, the glue I'm gonna use is not gonna be very friendly.
Right.
So, I'm just making what I call little tick marks. Just little marks that give me a suggestion about where I wanna lay this thing at. So yeah, but I have tick marks on here. Okay, now, and a lot of this is not as dry as I would like it to be, but a whole lot of time to let it dry, and I can always nail it down. Here we are. Here we are. I'm gonna hold that down. I thought that I had, let me make sure I got these things in here. Yeah, I do have a few. I have many, but that's okay. I'm just gonna do a few tacks in here. I'll come along later and I will cover those up with a little bit more paint. So here's what I got.
Let me know if y'all can see.
Okay. Here's
I love
where
it.
I'm at so far. Okay, now we're going to just kind of lay this out. Let's see what I did.
You need me to hold it up?
Let me look at my template. Oh, well, no wonder why I was way off. So much for my tick marks. Okay, there's my tick mark there. And then this is gonna be here. And of course, Amic is here. I think I gotta turn this thing around.
Kim says she's going to be painting tomorrow after church because she hadn't been painting because she's getting ready for the garage sale.
Yeah, and Kim, did you get rained out? Is that? I think that's what I saw. Is that you got rained out?
Oh no, did you get rained out on your garage sale?
That's what I think she said.
Yeah, we actually got some rain here today, y'all.
Here's my and. Okay. Here's my C. Here's my E. Well, let's see. I don't know,
Said she looked like she was a drowned rat. It was wet.
It was wet. Yeah. Well, I hate that for you, but I can tell you we need the rain so bad.
Hi, Ashley.
But that doesn't help your situation, Kim. I get it.
Tickers is here.
Hi, Ash. Try to space these out to where I like them. I made tick marks, but now I'm trying to second guess myself.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Kim said she made a big $20.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work for 20 bucks.
Yeah.
I think probably people didn't show up because of the rain.
Yeah. And the thing is, Kim, it doesn't matter if it rains. It's the threat of rain.
Right.
If people think it's going to rain, they probably are not going to show up. Now, whether it rains or not, okay? Whether it rains or not, doesn't matter. It's the fact that they think it's going to rain. And of course, the weatherman is sitting there going, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Doesn't help. But at the same time.
Well, at least it actually did rain.
Right. And half the time, it doesn't even rain. Half the time, y'all, it doesn't. Y'all know that. It doesn't even rain. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I can tell. She just got her nails trimmed.
Oh, trimmed. Okay. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to start to glue it down. Okay.
Hey, this looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Starting to just kind of, y'all know what, I'll try to look. Now, of course, I still have to pick this up. If I just kind of eyeball it, then, you know, that kind of helps me know where I want to put it back down at. And I just put a dab of glue. These things just came off the laser about 20 minutes before we came on. Long enough for me to get some time together to find my paint supplies and get on here. There we go.
This would be a great wedding or anniversary gift. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about the laser, y'all, now I still am learning the software, so I'm not there yet. But you can go out in a short amount of time, a relative short amount of time, you can go out there and cut something and have it looking pretty good.
And can you show us your glue?
Sure. Any kind of fast drying, quick glue, it doesn't matter. I get this off Amazon. But you don't, I'm not brand particular. You don't have to use that. Quick glue, super glue. I do like something that dries quick because if I'm always in a hurry. So, you know, you might, I guess you could probably get a cheaper glue as long as it doesn't dry that fast, but I'm always in a hurry. Okay. This stuff takes about 30 to 60 seconds for it to set up. So it gives you just a little bit of time when you first put it down. If you reckon you did it wrong, it gives you a little bit of time to move it, but not much. Not much. You're not going to get much time to move it. But that's okay. So today at the party, I was telling the adults there, this was one of those kids parties, and you know with the little ones, this is usually the case. There's more adults there than kids. But they were all super duper good sports, and you know, they all helped me. So I said, this part is an adult, you know, part. And they're like, oh, okay. Everybody pitched in. The kids were so cute. And they had these little owl masks, and they had the best time. They really did. The kids had the best time. But I won't let kids do this. Not this part. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. You're just kind of sitting here eyeballing this. Something like that. We're almost done, y'all. Almost done.
It would be pretty in red, white, and blue.
Oh, yes. I like that idea. I didn't even think about that. Red, white, and blue. See, that's why y'all come on and kind of help me. So, like, I've got another one over there just like this, but I didn't want to try to do two in one video, and I don't know what color to do it, because that's some more decision making than I wanted to do tonight. I don't know. Do y'all ever feel like you just don't want to make another decision that day?
Absolutely.
Yes, that day is, okay, I've had enough decision making, y'all. I'm going to just snap these down. This is a pin nailer, and it's just got 3/8 pins, nails on it. Okay, am I going through? Yeah, I'm going through. But they're so tiny, it's kind of sometimes hard to tell.
Kim said you're not old. She graduated junior high in '85, and you graduated high school, was it '84?
82.
82.
Mm-hmm. 1982. I'm an old chick. Now, let me show you what we're going to do. This thing around. Okay.
I keep trying to reconnect. I hope that we're live.
I've had a lot of trouble with my phone the last couple of days. I don't know why. I really don't. As much as I pay on the bill, y'all would think that I would have nothing but, you know, superb service. But I think everybody feels that way when you come to your cell phone. It's kind of like, how much am I paying? Wait, what?
And what kind of service are you giving me?
Right. Right. Y'all know I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Okay. I can always come back and cut that tail off if I think it's too big. Do that.
The bakers would like to know about your nail gun.
It is a Ryobi. I got it off Amazon because I don't think they have. They didn't have it in the store that my Home Depot that I won't go to. They did not have it, so I just got it off of Amazon. And I use 3/8 inch, the little pins. You can use half inch. Well, they've got several different sizes. You can use whatever size you want. I want to say it's about 160 bucks, something like that. 140, I don't really remember. And you have a trigger here that you have to hold this trigger down. If you don't hold this trigger down, this trigger it won't work. So you can't just do it like that. So you got to hold that down and then you do that. And here's your, I'm out of them, but a little bitty right in there. Got a few of them in there. Not many, but a few. And it operates off a battery, so I like that. And you don't have to worry about it's called an Airstrike technology. It's a Ryobi, but anyway, I got it off Amazon.
This looks really good.
Okay. Oh Lord, no, I forgot to see. That's one thing when you see what you forgot. I forgot to do the eye, but that's okay. We'll do it now. I forgot to do the eye.
Hi, Tammy.
I'm gonna do that right here. Do this right here. Glue that down. Put this back. There we go. There's my project. Yeah, I think I like it. It gives you a little bit of idea that you can do any color combination. This is a 22-inch round. We will do a paint party on it. I might change the design a little bit. We'll see. We may sell blanks. I don't know. Of course, when we get ready to do a paint party, we'll put that out and, you know, all that good stuff, and we'll have photos of it. But I really like the idea of doing this in a lot of different color schemes, because it really depends on where you're going to hang it. I have a lot of gray going on. I like that. I have an idea that this is going to go in a bedroom that I have, but we'll see if that actually works. But really, the colors are going to depend on your color scheme of your house, where you want to hang it, that sort of thing. Thank y'all for hanging out with Connie and I tonight on a Saturday night. And we will be on doing all kinds of stuff. I'm going to be on probably tomorrow painting this blank. It's a tree blank that we have at the store for yard art. That'll probably be tomorrow night, what we do. And we'll send y'all a text so y'all can come and join us. But hope y'all have a good weekend. In the comments, if you feel like it, give us color schemes that you think would look good. I love the idea of red, white, and blue. Never occurred to me. I also like the idea of like a sky blue and a teal.
Ooh, I love the idea of teal.
I like the teal and the sky blue. I think that would be really, really pretty. But again, it's going to be in your home decor where you put it. This isn't a seasonal sign, so this is going to hang every day, all day long. We will be out here tomorrow night doing some yard art stuff, so we'll see y'all then. Y'all take care now.
Bye, y'all.